I'm getting tired of waiting. Call council meeting order to April 19, 2022. Got any additions to the agenda?
5-minute executive session.
I would like to have a 5-minute executive session for employee performance. Council and Mayor.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0. Any citizens' comments? No citizen comments this time. Consent agenda, approve of minutes, the regular council meeting April 5th of 2022.
So moved.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor? Any more discussion? Passes 5-0. Appropriation ordinance 4/19/2022 an amount of $55,083.48 and the petty cash at $423.68. Need a motion?
Second.
Motion.
I'll make the motion. Sorry.
We got a second. How about somebody making a motion?
I'll make it.
Motion on the table and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Passes. Marshall abstains. Passes 4. Ron abstains. Guess it passes 3-0. Department heads, electric department, Jeff Williamson.
Well, on the days that the wind's not blowing 40 mile an hour, we've been working on our project over east here, changing out some poles and stuff to get ready to go ahead and pull the underground here one of these days. Been working on some stuff at the plant. I met with the engineers from Mid-States today. We got the control for the radiator, and we got the relays and the meters and Woodward control to run the engines, and looks like right now that they'll be here probably somewhere close to 1st of June. So I imagine when they walk in the door they'll stay till they're about done. Now the metering probably won't get changed till fall. We have to tie the circuits together to do that in order to trip a meter out, and we don't want to do that when it's really hot and overload a circuit. So they'll probably wait till September, but everything else will get done to where we go ahead and run the engine, that stuff, I think. So anyway, little trash pickup here and there, that stuff, but that's about the size of it, I guess.
Council, got any questions for Jeff this time? None? Moving on, water department, Jason.
Not much. Everything's about the same except Davis got the water loadout finished up. And sewer's the same. Streets, we're just trying to get fall or spring stuff going. Get all the parks lit up and everything like that. So that's about it for me.
That water load out down there looks pretty simple to me. Looks like a real nice one.
I like it.
Yeah, I kinda
I
like
think
it.
a lot of people like that thing.
Yeah. You stand on the ground and, you know, get a little truck equipment.
That's nice.
Any questions for Jason?
I want to bring up the vac truck under here. I told Morgan Diesel that we didn't want to move forward on anything right now until we could sit down and talk with you guys about repairs. Basically, they don't have what we need, and we could try to get a rebuilt one, but we don't know how. I think the price they gave me was over $3,000, and I don't find it necessary to put $3,000 into a machine that we might end up looking at a newer one for us. So we can look at the cost of fixing the entire one from Key Equipment when they get us that. And then I plan to try to get Jason sat down to look over some of the ones that I found online, and then we can present to you guys. Unless you guys want me to tell them to fix it at Morgan Diesel now. I mean,
Bob, what's your opinion on that motor?
I haven't looked at it much, really. It's a Ford 6-cylinder motor. I would think you could get a rebuilt for it, but I don't know. And I haven't been around the truck for, well, since they bought it, so I don't know much about it.
They really haven't gave you a price on fixing it yet, as far as.
Yeah, it was-
whatever they did.
They said it would be like $3,200.
Okay, sure.
Is that the rebuilt motor or is that?
That's fixing the,
Motor we have.
yeah,
Okay.
that's not rebuilding it, that's fixing,
What we already have.
Fix the motor what we have, and then key equipment would fix, hopefully, all the other dangerous stuff that.
that he brought up.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if you wanted to spend that much money not knowing everything from key equipment yet, or how you wanted to proceed. So I just told him that we'd hold off until after tonight.
I think we should wait until we find out more.
Okay. I'm just gonna old business it.
Council got anything to add to what Jamie says there? You guys interested in looking at some trucks, or is that out the window, or kind of get direction of which way to think here a little bit?
Doesn't hurt to look at some trucks.
I would maybe entertain it after we get the price from key equipment to fix it. The 2,000 in it, fix it, or, you know, where you spend, what, maybe 100,000 on a used truck, who knows?
I don't have any idea.
Yeah. I guess I'd like to see about just waiting to see what key equipment says on fixing it.
Jason, what's that door on the back of it? Is that truck here?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the seal? Is it something broke? Is it?
No, it's five wing nuts. And two is clear up on top, two is right here, and then one's down the center. And I have to unscrew it. Start up at the top and unscrew it. And then by the time I get these done, it's just going everywhere.
It
And then
does not
that-
have any type of hydraulic cylinder that holds it shut?
Yes, but it does, but it,
The seals, it's not.
yeah, it's not even, it won't hold it. Not if we fill that truck completely full like it's supposed to.
The cylinder won't hold it?
And
The
what- the
hydraulic
seal
fluid
and
bypass
the seal on the round part of it, and it always leaks. It just leaks and relaxes that door before I can even get down off of it. Before, when I get the handle shut it, and then get up there and hold it shut, by that time, it's already starting to come
Them
out.
cylinders won't hold enough pressure to hold the door shut.
I mean, is it leaking by a valve somewhere? or
No,
is
it's
it
just the
leaking
fact
in
that
the
you
cylinder?
draw suction on that tank and it just will not, them cylinders will not hold that door shut.
It could be, yeah, on the cylinders itself, I have no idea what it's doing.
Well, the vacuum will make the door tighter. It'll suck it in tighter to the tank. The hydraulic valves, or the hydraulic cylinder that holds the door shut, it should not move once that vacuum
It
leaves.
shouldn't. It shouldn't.
So that, apparently the hydraulic cylinder is either leaking, allowing it bypass so it'll open the door, or the pump, the check valve is not holding the hydraulic.
One of
One
them
of the
has
two.
something.
But that should not leak as long as that cylinder
In
is in the
theory.
locked position.
In theory, yes.
So it
That
may
was
be
the whole idea
such
back
a
in the
simple
day.
thing as an adjustment or a cylinder leaking. And that's a couple, $300 to fix.
If that's what, yeah, if that's what the problem is, yeah.
If that's what keeping the door from staying shut. Because the vacuum will pull it tight, against the gasket. Anytime you put 32 inches of vacuum on it, it's gonna pull it.
Mhm.
So I guess that's something Key will look into.
I would
That's what
assume.
it said.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't mean to jump in there. Anything else for Jason or street department? Or anything else on the truck?
Got your mower in, I see.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the clock's pretty good.
Yeah.
16 mile an hour. I told the guys, don't be trying to push it that fast and turn it that sharp anyway.
It's not loud on.
It will move. It'll get from park to park in a hurry. Is that what yours does too? Wow. That thing moves.
Does that mean Jamie's off
On
off
park
grounds?
I got my earbuds ready to go.
Anything else on the street department? Police chief, Tori,
I don't have anything.
he has nothing. Fire chief, Mike, not here.
Can we
City
get a
Administrator.
motion to add Patrick Nemec Senior to the fire department, please?
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second to add Patrick Nemec to the fire department. All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0. Jamie?
I don't have much. I'm sure you guys have been asked, a couple of you have asked me about it. We're gonna concrete and planter, more areas of the sidewalk. Guys don't have enough time to get it done, and Pam comes in their free time, and it's just easier to have a couple planters out there than trying to do the whole thing. So we're having that concreted over, and other than that, we're getting more stuff in for Jubilee, kind of getting some of those things in concrete and just maintaining the office.
Jamie, appreciate both you and Jason's efforts and work to get the equipment needed for community service day for the high school. So appreciate that. And there was a question that was brought up. By the way, Mrs. McAllister said that was fantastic. Thank you very much for that. We do have a question. Next year, when we were doing this with picking everything up, could we just kind of, to save time, couldn't we have city crews go around on the day of the community service day and do it all at once instead of that? Could that be, is that possible?
So this year, I'm pretty certain that the school coordinated and got the dates kind of set. So, yes and no. I mean, because really everything is picked up except for the 7 houses that are getting help tomorrow.
Right.
So
Right.
that will take an hour maybe.
Yeah.
Like
Even if we started on that day, we'd
Yeah.
still have to go over to the next day to finish it
yeah,
up.
I don't think it.
So,
I mean, we'll definitely look at the dates because I think it
Right.
confused a lot of people though too. So we do need to
Right.
work better together on the dates, and I don't know if they have to keep the Wednesday, but I think kind of coordinating the day and the because it's the week, but they're really only picking up a day or two. So
Okay.
I do think that confused some people. So
Right.
we can maybe work together a little bit better next year and make
Sounds
it.
good. All right, great. Thank you.
Anybody else got any questions for Jamie? John, you got anything to add?
I don't have that now.
Under old business, property code violation, 647 East 5th, 651 East 5th, 808 North Broadway. Got any discussion on that, council? Truck parking. The engine for the power plant, I think Jeff kind of brought you up to date where that's at. Bulk water project.
So you can take that off.
Finished.
Take that off, the engine.
The bulk
Bulk water, I think it looks good. Swimming pool, how are we going on the swimming pool?
They're working on the list. I think Jason's been working on the shade and
yeah,
where we need to be.
we're gonna cut some concrete holes and then I got some 8-foot poles, 2 foot in the ground, 6 foot above. And then we're just gonna get some trampoline springs and set them off about so far and just stretch the tarps on there. That way that'll take a lot of the wind resistant anyway.
Sewer cleaning and cameras.
So that's from last time. I gave you guys kind of a breakdown on some of the funds with the monies, and what I didn't put on there when I was thinking about it this weekend was the second half of that ARPA funds that we'll get to. So we will have, because it came, which I guess we already spent
And I wanna make sure they're straight.
most of it anyways, but
Cause we're all, get it in
Yeah.
there, you gotta go in straight.
so that doesn't matter.
Do we, so my question, you had 30,000 in capital projects, but it says we have 160,000 in capital projects.
So capital projects has 2 different lines.
Okay,
One of them, yeah, one of them's streets and one of them's other.
okay. There's 30 in the other then, okay.
Total, I forget now,
That was for both of them. I had to go back and look, but 262,000.
Well, 180 and 80 roughly, so the splits. It wasn't on the
170,
dot.
177 and 84,000.
Okay.
So, what do we use? Do we use anything out of the capital project improvement for other?
Not that's set, no.
What's our annual transfer to it?
To capital projects.
Just that line item. Like, how did we get our 30,000 there? Are we putting 5,000 a year to it, or?
It's not a growing fund, it's just what's budgeted each year.
Okay. So that could have been in one lump sum or something. Okay.
Yeah, because that's just in the general fund that's budgeted.
Okay, okay.
We had 30,000 to the sewer replacement per year.
And that hasn't gone in for, we budgeted for 30,000 for this year.
Than this year.
We'll transfer that at the end of this year, correct? So if we left 20 in there or 30 in there for this year, the start of next year, we'd have 60 in the sewer replacement.
We have issues at the sewer ponds that comes out of what, sewer replacement, or what does that come out of?
You could.
Depends on what it is. It could be a maintenance deal or it could be something else. There's line items for maintenance, for pump maintenance and stuff like that.
Just wondering if we had big issues out there,
The only thing out there is that gate, so far. And then that inviting those people over and
if we left 50 in the sewer replacement, you'd take it out 111,000.
Can you take 55 to, well, I guess, do we zero out the capital projects, or do we keep?
I mean, we can take the full 30 off. Of the projects.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's in the, it's the general fund.
Yeah.
So I don't see an issue with us taking the full 30 out of that.
That gets you up to 141,000.
When we get to the 177, then the rest would come out of 1% to get there, and then we need to decide if we want to do the other 84.
Yeah.
So that'd be roughly 35,000 then, out of the 1%. We're at 141 to get to 177, 36,000.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should do the 177, it's just if we want to spend another 84,000 and pull, and then we're pulling it out of that 1%, it's our only
Right.
option.
Yeah.
Or do we do the 1 and then talk about it at our budget meeting to do more next year, or do we just bite it all off and then plan on maybe not doing it for a little while until we build, I don't know.
Right.
Do we have any problems on that west side?
on the far west one, I'd like to see that one done in 7 more than any of them.
Those are our biggest issues right now.
Those two.
Yeah.
I could live without the other one. Those are just what I fell on to clean. Just throwing that out there.
We still have just a $50,000 payment coming out of 1% this year in October. There's 312. What'd you say, leave 50 in the sewer?
Yeah, that'd give you 111,000. If you took 30 from capital project, you'd get 149,000, so 80 or whatever that is. You say
Well,
262.
yeah.
Oh, so, yeah.
I was just thinking if we took the 30,000 out, just say we're doing everything, took 30,000 out of the capital projects, and took 131 out of our sewer replacement.
Leaves 30,000 of the sewer replacement.
Because in theory, we have 30,000 that's going right back in there at the end of the year.
Right.
So I mean, we'd be right back up to 60,000 starting the year. I mean, if you did that, you're looking at 161,000, you're about 101,000 short of just pulling it from the 1% and doing the whole thing. Or we go back to the drawing board and get new quotes for that in 7th and cut something else out.
Did he itemize those on there? I don't have my sheet with
The only thing he itemized out was
the other one.
the west one, which was 84,000.
But he's gonna take off like a, what was it?
3,500.
3,500.
And I took that off of the 30, off of that 84, because it was like 87.8 or something. Yeah, because they'd already be here. I mean, even at that, we're in April and we have 312,000 in the 1%. We still have 8 months that we're gonna get 1% and we only have to spend 50 out of it. I mean, it's possible in 8 months we could put another 80,000 in there.
Right.
I mean, do you know what that's averaging? I mean, roughly 10,000.
Well,
I mean, I know it fluctuates, but,
Yeah, 10 to 12.
and I think during the summertime, it actually jumps up a lot higher than it does.
And I mean, that's what you guys did that for, was
Right.
1% sales tax for the grocery store and,
So I mean, in theory, we could recover almost, maybe all of it this year.
and it's not, like, I mean, the sewers are an issue even though we don't see them. People forget about them, but it's a very good thing, I think, that we're doing.
Yes. And then the Bobbies and then definitely.
Deal. Won't hurt it at all.
We could do it. We wanna do
yeah,
it.
no, that's right. That's right. I'm just trying to,
But going forward, it may not be near as expensive because we aren't talking about mains either.
Right.
Right.
You know, I mean, because this'll do all of our mains. All of our mains would be done for the most part.
I'm not saying that, no.
For the most part. We'll have the majority of our main,
The mains were the main flowing,
Yeah.
except for one. Yes, pretty much, except for one. Then you got the dead end ones coming up, and then it
Right.
went down like, you know,
right.
yes.
And we don't have to have it exact on what we take it out of right now, like, that's always something we can come back to, like, if you wanna think about that a little bit more, we can say, okay, let's move ahead with the project, and we can continue to look at numbers and where you guys want it out of too.
Because we will probably have, what, 4 or 5 months before we get a bill on it?
Yeah, and I mean, we'll be able to look at numbers, and, I mean, it's obviously, just in those 3 accounts that we gave the numbers to, it's doable and workable, just depending on how you you wanna see it out?
I'm just trying to think of any other big projects we have coming up that we would, want us to take stuff out of the 1%,
Right.
that we're
I mean,
not thinking of right
streets
now,
and
but.
sewers been the biggest ones that we've been talking about. Jeff needs a bucket truck one of these days, sooner than later.
Yeah, I didn't bring that up tonight, we'll wait till the next meeting on that.
I mean, that's like probably the next biggest.
I've got 2 hoses leaking up
Purchase
in
that
it,
we
I'm
need to
gonna have to
start.
see
But
what
we've got
that's
money in
working on.
equipment reserve too for
Right.
some of that, so.
Yeah.
And if we decide to
So,
pay a portion and fund it for.
I mean, it's gonna be an unexpected thing if something does come up, so.
Yeah, no, I just,
And even then, we have
it's
things in
always our,
place to
like,
be able to,
fallback is
right?
1%, it's like, just, take from there, which we haven't really
No.
much of at all,
No.
really, I mean.
Some of the wit center stuff and,
Sure.
I mean, that's what it's there for. That's what people are paying the taxes for. so.
Sure, yeah, I agree.
It's a good project.
It
Yeah,
is.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
And it's sometimes a hard one to sell, because like I said, people don't see it and they don't think about it
Till then.
until it
Well,
backs
we
up.
have-
Until they have a problem, right?
We haven't had to clean, we haven't had no problems with the ones that they've done.
Yeah,
And usually with that, we've already would've done it 6 to 8 times,
Oh,
or not,
yeah, at least.
by far.
Yeah,
So it's working.
And the water tower was, none of that was coming out of the 1%, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
That was, what did we pull that out of?
Nothing, because they have done nothing.
Well,
And I don't know if we've even,
40,000 a year. Right.
Yeah.
Stay for that one.
What's the warranty on that plastic sewer pot, Jason?
I don't know, he told me, but I
have to go back
can't
and
remember
look.
what he
I
said.
don't remember.
was it, he said 75 here?
It's up,
Did we do the
it's up there, but I don't wanna lie to you and
Yes.
tell you a different number,
Yeah.
so
42.
Oh,
I can tell you, but it's, like I told you and I, we'll be gone before it messes up.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's gonna happen.
Well, it's thicker than any water pipe that we lay, it's twice as thick.
And the good thing about this is varmints can't eat it because it's all surrounded by ceramic tile pipe.
Ceramic or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Flat
mean,
tile.
it's double protected, insulated, everything. Well, you don't need to be insulated, but you know what I mean.
So do you want me to go ahead and tell Austin that we want to move forward with both?
I sure think so, yeah.
We probably ought to make a motion on that, don't we,
Feel
Bill?
like fixing it.
Do we?
Yeah.
So,
Make a motion on that?
See, you have to, right
Well,
there.
I was-
You think that's right?
He called me the
I
other
was
day.
just gonna double check everything, 84.
He says, I got 6 big projects coming up. Did I tell you?
Yeah. Okay,
And I said, buddy, I don't know
And
yet.
you
I
guys can
can't tell you.
just do the
He said,
bids,
well, I just don't know if we're
as
gonna get you done
submitted.
this year.
and then when we actually approve the numbers,
We
we
can
can
text him
get
tonight
the
when we get
numbers
here.
right.
I've got the numbers right here. I mean, it's whatever we wanna do.
Because, I mean, you'll have to do it again when I need the checks approved, so. Fine.
Well, yeah, I'd say go ahead and do it. There's just-
What was that?
And as far as the breakdown, then you'll just,
Yeah, we can
Okay.
talk about that again.
okay,
I don't know. That was $3,000 off.
Light or heavy?
I was light. It's 265, 671, 40 for both of them. I think I subtracted the wrong one.
Is that your motion?
I'd make a motion to approve the quotes from Mayor in the amount of $265,671.40 for sewer replacement in Cameron.
We've got a motion on the table
so,
and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0. Anybody got anything to say about the mass communication system?
So
You good?
you had no update on that or anything, so have you talked with anybody?
A few people.
Oh yeah, what did they say?
There's some websites that do it. People have talked about piggybacking, like with the rec in the school.
Right.
And just trying to figure out the best option,
Right. Okay.
cheapest option.
If there's no more new business, I would entertain somebody to make a motion for executive, motion for a performance.
I'd make a motion for a 5-minute executive session for employee performance to include
Just the table, not me. Unless you
council,
want me in it. You're doing
council,
my
mayor,
evaluation.
council, mayor, and attorney.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0.
We're at 7:35.
Back to order. We're going back out for 15 minutes executive session. I'll entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion for 15-minute executive session for employee performance to contain everybody around the table.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Passes 6-0, 5-0. Going back out in the executive session.
To include council, mayor, attorney, and city clerk.
Second.
Got a motion, Mark seconded. All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0.
7:57.
7:57, we'll be back.
Wow.
Call council meeting back to order.
I'd make a motion to give Jamie Getty a 2.5% raise for evaluation.
Second.
I think you actually have to say what the amount is, don't you?
We did it last time.
Well, then you're gonna have to refund all your money. 2.5% to 27 what?
18.
I wrote it on the sheet.
18.
Okay.
We've done the last couple like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's all public record anyways.
Yeah.
Got a motion
Yep.
and a second by Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0.
Thank you.
And I entertain a motion to get out of here. Unless there's somebody else wants to say something.
Second.
And then I have this, so I don't lose. Thank you.
Smack the gavel. Got the chair.
Second.
Yeah, motion and I seconded it.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Passes 5-0.